And we're rolling.
All right, howdy world. So basically, I met Susie probably, I don't know, back in 2000, maybe 9 or 10. I can't really remember. I've been with him close to 20 years. And then Don's been in the band in and out. And now he's back in. You know, the latest band, Anonymous Willpower, was all of us. And now we're this new band, Cupid's Boomerang, with a new guitar player. But I met Susie basically back with the Earl Cram Review and Velveteen Fox era. And at first she was pretty loose cannon. And I remember like wondering, boy, this girl's pretty wild. I don't know. And then I realized I kind of saw the value of her energy and everything. And I really thought it was cool. And then I really got me into it more. Because I'm somewhat conservative, not politically, but I don't really like jump around too much playing. I mean, I'm not crazy stick twirling, sticks on fire type guy, I just play. I like to play, and I went to music school and all that, so I try to keep it somewhat serious.
You're just a solid player.
Yeah, I look at it fairly seriously, but I realize the fact of good showmanship, and she's taught me a lot.
Oh, yes.
In that era, and or that arena, and like even now, she puts the pink wig on. She creates a little persona. Don is great at the recording thing. I've gone to him with so many, hey Don, can you remix this, or can you, put this on a disc for me so I can't, because sometimes I'm a little technically challenged with the.
Well, they've recorded a few of your songs. Right?
Yeah.
Trailer Romance and.
Yep.
Pretty Words, I think, is one of my favorite songs.
Well, thank
too.
you. Yeah, and those came from the 80s. Those were the band. I formed a writing thing with this guy, Dave Costello, who I went to college with at Nazareth. And we wrote about 15, close to 20 songs between the two of us. And I just decided it's time to bring some of those back, because Frank DeBlaze actually helped me with that. Frank DeBlaze, I played him some old demos, and he Susie would really crush those, and I was like, really? So I said, if Frank gave his blessing, I figured, he gave me a little bit of go power there to approach the band and say, let's do it.
It's got to be tough when they're like the dominant writers and stuff to bring your stuff out.
I know. I'm like the George Harrison. Hey guys, can I write a song? Shut up. Okay.
But they're great ones when they finally do them, though. So
thanks. Yeah, I'm not a prolific writer, but I like to think what I write has merit. So.
Well, that's good. And so you don't have anything good to say about Don and Susie, then, right?
No. I would basically have no career without Don and Susie, because I was in and out of Brian Lindsay's band a couple times, and then he had another band going, and then I got with Sue and Don, and they the thing with them is they're so creative, and there's no boundaries with them. They're not sitting there going, well, is it going to be commercial? Well, is it too long? Well, it's pretty much, here's what we got. And it's really cool because they've helped me create more. Yeah,
Don's always been creative, and Susie is so unafraid and gets it out there,
Oh, yeah.
So they make a great couple, I think.
Yep, and like I said, they help me a lot come out of my shell, so to speak. And Susie's always good about, don't take that. You're good, man. You should assert yourself more. And so she's helped me a lot. Because she knows no fear, man. And I'll be honest with you, I've seen all those guys through some highs and some lows. Susie had a lot of emotional things happen here and there, and physical things, and I had my cancer, and she supported me through the cancer. I supported her through. There were some rehearsals where everybody in the band just looked around going, what's going on with these guys,
Yeah.
Because it's always tricky when you have a couple in the band, but you have to accept that. That's just part of it. Without each other, they're just half the thing, they're just half the formula.
Yeah.
Because Don has a whole different agenda with his New Orleans and things. So, there's, and I play on some of that stuff, so I like to be involved in all of it.
Yeah, it's a great. They have so many influences though that you can tell in their music. And they just make it all blend so well. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish we had more money. I mean, I wish were able to have horn players and I mean, we did have some horns back in the old days.
Those were good shows with the horn players.
Yeah. And I watched a couple of those. I mean, there was one Party in the Park one we had with Velveteen Fox that really kicked ass.
Yeah.
And but now we kind of hitting our stride with this Cupid's Boomerang thing, and it's a little rockier, hard rocker, and
Yeah, it's completely different. It kind of, what it reminds me of, like rocking from like the early '70s, from like '70 to '75, like REO Speedwagon before they tuned to Fish.
Yeah, I used to love like REO 2.
Uriah Heep, yeah, stuff like that.
That's funny. I just saw a Uriah Heep show on. I subscribed to this one site. Oh God, what's the name of it? Quello, and it's all concerts and music documentaries and things. And there was a Uriah Heep from like 2010 or something. And they're still going at it.
Yeah, it's amazing sometimes. I remember seeing the Animals like back in.
They had a different singer
when they came back. When the Animals came back with like they had a song, but I saw them here at the auditorium. Every one of them except Eric Burden had a backup player. Alan Price had a backup keyboard player. Wow. Chaz Chandler was up there, but he had a backup bass player.
Wow. Yeah, well, you can only do it for so long. I mean, I'm pretty amazed that I can still, at 71, still doing this, and still have a good energy level, and still, I don't want to just play weddings or something, I'm not ready to play nursing homes just quite yet.
No, doing the originals, that's the kind of stuff that keeps you going,
And speaking of the old songs, we brought back one of the other ones called Blame It on Rock and Roll that we do toward the end of the set.
Now, is that another one of yours?
That's one of my older ones, yeah.
Oh, great.
But that one's kind of fun because I keep telling Susie, she asked me, like, well, how do you want me to do it? Or what do you... I said, well, just imagine you're a 13-year-old kid at a show, you got your denim jacket on, and you're buying into the rock and roll fantasy. Like, you just want the thing to go on forever, and you don't want it to end, and that's what the whole song is about. It's just about...
She runs with that, huh?
Yeah. Like the lyrics are stuff like, I got my air guitar in hand, ready for the all-night jam. It's just about the fans, and it's like if we didn't have the fans, like any band, what's the point of going out there?
Yeah, that is great. Well, thanks.
So
I think we got it, and I
right.
hope to see you in the studio there.
But wait, I have so much more.